Yo, we got Jazz Franco with us. Jazzy, how you doing?
What's up, everybody? I'm doing great. Y'all can hear me good?
Yeah, we hear you good. Yo,
Um,
Jazz, Lucky got a few questions for you. Some personal, some not so personal.
Nah, I ain't gonna do the personal. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like if you asking all the personal questions, people start to recognize that. Like, all right, so I got this album that's not really streaming. I only got like 20 streams and everything, but I put $20 on Facebook ads and I don't see the results. Please help me. It's like, oh, okay. You need Jesus. That's what you need. But Jazzy, I just want to just kind of before we start talking, and I'm thank you for being on the Morning Vibes. We do have a lot of artists that listen to our show. We have a lot of people that's just interested in the music business. So who is Jazzy? And primarily, what all do you do?
So I am a 10-year U.S. Army vet. I was in the Army for 10 years. And then from there, I decided to go to school. I went to Full Sail University where I got my music business degree. And basically, while I was there, I interned with Ty Tribbett. I've interned with, well, not so much interned for Ty Tribbett. I ended up going to his church and ended up like working or interning for his manager because I thought I wanted to be a manager. Then I started working with Travis Green's team and Dr. Jackie Green's with her book. And then from there, I moved to Atlanta and I started working with or interning for a company called Rap Plug, where I was director of strategic partnerships there. And now I just work very closely. I work for myself, but I work very closely with Darlene McCoy and Jason Fredericks, who is Kevon Stage's manager, and Tahir and Doughboy and all of them.
I love Kevon Stage.
His brother is his business manager, but he's a really good friend of mine. We used to go to the same church, and we met at church, and we just became really good friends. And he's been one of my biggest mentors throughout this whole process. But Darlene McCoy has really taken me under her wing. She's a radio host for Praise 102.5 out here, and she's just one of those people that she just coaches you as you go. So she's just amazing, and I love her very much. And I'm just so grateful for the opportunities that she just offers me all the time.
Wow. Well, man, that's one thing people like I can relate to somebody like, yo, Lucky, you can't do that. Bet I'll be going to the Army tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? With my kids, I'm going in. And you can't tell me that.
Yeah, I don't think you could take your kids, Lucky. I think they need to stay behind, bro.
But no, Jazz, and you work with a lot of different artists. A lot of big artists, especially on the gospel side. Is there a big difference between the bigger artists than the maybe independent mom and pop artists that trying to get their career going? Is that a big difference, or are they essentially trying to do the same thing but with just bigger platforms?
So I think it's a little bit of both. When it comes to bigger artists, the legwork's already done. So it's easier to pick up the phone and say, hey, I represent such and such, and we need XYZ, right? That's definitely something that is a lot easier. But, it doesn't mean that hurdles and budgets aren't an issue. Like sometimes you still want something and budgets are still at a certain level. And so things can still because with bigger platforms, you have bigger vision, but your budget doesn't necessarily get as big as your vision.
Move it down a notch with just well-established artists. You're doing a lot of great things with them and just working for yourself and work with independents. On that side, what have you saw that was a little bit different, you know what I'm saying, as far as working with an independent artist?
Some independent artists can be difficult in the sense that they're very entitled. And I'm like, I've worked with Grammy-nominated, Grammy-winning people, and they don't act like this. So I'm going to need you to turn it down a notch. And that's just having those conversations.
10 notches. 10 notches. Come on now. Come on, somebody.
That's definitely something that... artists just need to be mindful. Like, humility gets you a long way. I'm not saying you have to dull your shine, but just understand that you're not the first, nor the last, nor the only. it's like you're an independent artist. You're not signed to anybody. You don't have a budget. And if you do, your budget is limited. But then you want to act like you've had 10 Grammys for 10 years and you've hit the charts for, for all this time. And you expect other people to treat you that way. Nobody understands who you are. And the best way for people to know you is for you to be humble and show them genuine, work ethic. That's what's going to get you from point A to point B is genuine work ethic. It's not, I'm an artist or this character that you want to play.
Wow. And I think that's so important to get that out the way, because you meet so many artists, and especially because I'm an artist, but I'm also a media guy as well. And you meet so many artists that, especially in the Christian hip hop lane, that are super entitled. Like if these are my streams, like this is my fan base. And the one thing I want to talk to you about is
you
this
said in the Christian hip hop or in hip hop?
Well, in the hip hop world, yes, we see that in hip hop, but especially in the subgenre that I particularly cover, which is Christian hip hop, you see that even more, because now you have built-in audience and you have people that they head is inflated because they go to this church and there's 2,000 people performing, but that youth group and that whole city may brought 2,000 people. They're not there for you, but you thinking, 2,000 people saw me. Like, no, they just was there. So whether me, you, Miguel was performing, they would have still been there. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
And they probably would have,
I probably would have brought like 2,500. You know what I'm saying? I probably would have, you know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying?
Man, that's funny.
We're back tomorrow. We're back tomorrow morning. Thank you, Jazz.
Thank you guys for having me.
Later.
Thank
Lucky,
you.
we out, bro.
All right.
Let's go.